sound, film. We're rolling, baby. Welcome to the Intelligent Idiots Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Always on 10, and today we have our technically first official episode. Last week's episode was a Valentine's Day special. This should have been the first episode that I shot, but procrastination, ADHD, me not taking my meds, and we're here. So we're gonna jump right in over to the subreddit r/toxic workplace. Right, we got a post that's 14 days old from Tech Helper. Right, he needs help for his tech, or he should be able to help me with my tech. I need RAM. I need all the RAM, all the GPUs. I need about 6 different 28 terabyte storage drives. Can you help me with that, tech guy? All right. I applied for a dream job. 3 months later, they canceled it and told me to buy a candy bar. Here's my thank you note. Years of grit, the late nights, and the troubleshooting scars to prove it. I don't just do the job. I live for the optimization, the logic, the machinery of it. Like many of you, I am also a human being trying to survive in an economy that feels like it's actively trying to shake us off like fleas. That's tough. I found the role at it was perfect. The kind of job that actually pays the bills, puts food on the table, and stops the 3 a.m. panic attacks about the future. I spent hours tailoring my resume, writing a cover letter that wasn't generated by ChatGPT, and visualizing the commute. Then I hit submit. Then the great silence. 1 month passed, then 2, then nearly 3. I assumed I was ghosted. Standard operating procedure, right? We're all just data points in the applicant tracking system, purgatory, you know? But then a notification, an email from a human, or so I thought. Did I get an interview? No. Did I get a standard rejection? No. I got an email informing me that after holding my hope hostage for a quarter of a year, they decided to cancel the position entirely. But they didn't stop there. In a stroke of tone-deaf genius that belongs in a museum of late-stage capitalism, they closed the email by suggesting that since I won't be working there, I should go ahead and enjoy one of their many products. We can't give you a paycheck, but please give us yours. Something inside me snapped, not in a violent way, but in a clarity of the absurd way. I realized that silence is complicity. So I drafted a response. I didn't send it yet, but I felt the need to share it here because if we don't laugh at this, we'll scream. My sarcastic response. Subject: update regarding your strategic cancellation of dear talent acquisition team. I am writing to express my overwhelming gratitude for your recent update in a job market that is currently defined by uncertainty, ghosting, the crushing weight of unanswered applications. Your email was a breath of fresh air. To learn that after 3 months of deliberation, the position of redacted specialist has simply ceased to exist in a marvel of corporate efficiency. Most companies would have wasted time interviewing candidates or, heaven forbid, hiring someone to do the work. But you saw the inefficiency of employment and boldly chose non-existence. It's a strategic pivot that honestly takes my breath away. I was particularly moved by your suggestion that in lieu of employment, I should enjoy one of your many products. You are absolutely right. Nothing soothes the existential dread of unemployment quite like the immediate transfer of my dwindling savings back into your revenue stream. Whew, it is a beautiful closed-loop ecosystem. I apply for a job to earn money to buy your products. You cancel the job, and I buy the products anyway to mourn the job. That is the kind of synergy they don't teach in business school. Please consider this email my formal pledge of allegiance to your talent community. I will be awaiting by my inbox for the next opportunity to spend hours applying, only to be informed months later that the department has been dissolved. Thank you for setting the bar, and I remain as ever a dedicated consumer and an aspiring asset. Best regards, candidate, consumer, optimist. All right, the takeaway slash the real rant. This isn't just about global conglomerate. This is about an entire chain of command in the modern hiring. To the HR software developers, you have gamified human desperation. To the hiring managers, if you don't have the budget, don't post a job. Stop talent hoarding for a rainy day that never comes. To the corporations, we are not just users or consumers. We are people who build your products, fix your machines, and buy your services. When you treat candidates like annoyances, rather than potential partners, you aren't just losing talent. You're showing us exactly who you are. We are willing to work. We are skilled. We are ready, but we are tired of dancing for an audience that walked out of the theater 3 months ago. Do better and stop complaining and whining that nobody wants to work anymore. Like, the reality is people expect to be treated fairly, or at least like adults that we are, not like school children, and most certainly not manipulated into an underappreciated, overworked, and underpaid toxic work relationship. Bro, what do you think? Well, he didn't say bro, but he did say, what do you think? Tell me in your comments below, because he's spinning. Like, I don't understand. I do understand. It's thoroughly end stage capitalism. No one truly cares who are in high up positions like these, right? All they want to do is keep their job, and they're being told, hey, you got to do this, otherwise you're out of here. AI is going to take over. Your position will be moot, right? The software developers are definitely getting cut. AI is doing the hiring right now. They have been. It's the big 2026. They've been doing it for the past whole year straight. All right. If you do the research, you see a weird line that creeps up and then drops down off the chart. Right. Everybody's using ChatGPT for their resumes, and all these companies are also using their own LLMs, large language models, to pull all this data in and try to pick the best person. But the best person really isn't qualified. But these people are still out here. These companies, these CEOs are still out here posting these goddamn motherfucking jobs like they're really real, and they're not. They haven't been since COVID. All they're trying to do is just get the money out of our pockets and out the government's pockets as well. Shit. My God. Do we got any comments from OP? I think we got comments from OP. We got a shit ton of comments from OP. I didn't even open them up. I thought I did my job well, but I didn't. Let's see. We're going to hit the top comment real quick. Is this the top comment? It's the best comment. And the best comment ain't got any likes. Was this not popular? It wasn't. Yo, how is this not viral? What? All right, I picked it because I like it. It's viral to me, baby. It's the first one and the technically first real episode, right, in the series. So we vibing with this. Does this post really fit under toxic workplace when you were not an employee of the company? Bruh, I fully agree. Okay. Reason 7223. The hiring process is a game where the odds are stacked against you. And that is the corporate role that you are applying for. Is it right? Absolutely not. Sadly, we're still players in this game. The only way to win is to not play. And people are saying to post under recruiting hell. I think he did cross post this. Right. And the sneak peek bot has a sneak peek of some of the recruiting hell top post of the year. This is a short year. But number one is recruiter lowballed me and then tried to blame it on me on the entry level role. So I sent them this. 900 comments. Number two of the year is, bro, it's February. You don't want to work for the companies like this. Duh. All right. Number three is HR asked me the strangest illegal question at the end of my interview. No, I don't want to go to any islands. No. And OP's got some paragraphs to reply. There we go. There we go. That last part made me flash back to the movie War Games. When we are stuck as players in the game, that is a very true statement. We are technically empowered with moves that could change that, or at least we are told that we have the ability. Although I guess I've never really seen it manifest except for a couple of times in history under the most egregious circumstances. I feel like we should all work together to redefine the game so we aren't faced with such an unnecessary and detrimentally impactful choice. I love the way you write, OP. Shout out to you, tech helper. I need some help with my tech and my writing. I will post a true and highly relevant account of many toxic workplaces as I could, as a matter of fact, with evidence to support it. Oh, if I was willing to essentially perform career suicide. Call out a massive amount of corporations with precise details and recordings or screenshots of things to back it up. Oh, damn. The problem is, it's like a pandemic in and of itself. And I don't think that I would ever be able to finish the post if I accounted for it all. Yeah. It's it's easy to find a toxic workplace. Just accept the job offer. Try and be the hard worker that demonstrates passion and helps out and does things selflessly. Hell, just try to be the worker that does exactly what is asked of you to the best of your ability, not to the laziest standard that is assumed. It won't take you long to be able to point out exactly how virtually any given company is incredibly toxic and doesn't have a caring bone in their body at the end of the day. The other problem is that calling out most of the places I could, which would be hard to even tell the story without naming them or making it clear who they are, would mean that I would reveal information that would likely get me sued many times over. I have no desire to become a whistleblower or anything, no matter how many publicly traded companies I work for in such a large capacity to know things. It's not worth becoming a miniature version of Snowden. No matter how true and right it may be, I'm better off to just remove it from my resume and move on like many people have suggested. Ah, Jesus. That's tough. That's tough. Ooh, we got some comments from some people coming after this man. Damn. Do you write anything original or is everything ChatGPT? This was written by C ChatGPT, so no. I think this was written by ChatGPT. Oh, the C stands for chat. Why not just say ChatGPT? You had me confused for a second. There's 3 different comments here. Somebody's saying absolutely click report, spam, disruptive use of AI. Bro. Okay, we got a comment from OP again, replying to all these people. I don't use ChatGPT, and I wrote this by hand. You type this out. When I use an LLM, it is in my local environment or Gemini, FYI. ChatGPT is an overly filtered, overly assuming, and overly priced piece of garbage. It was only really good during during and shortly after beta. Huh. Mm. I was vibing with this. Except for the very end about him not being a whistleblower. You can be a fucking whistleblower and not expose who you are, right? We know that most of these AI companies are dog shit just for the fact of the matter that they're whistleblowers. We know that Google's AI hallucinates 25% of the time because of their whistleblowers. We know that all the people who were holding down the fort over during the AI portion saying, hey, things are ready. Hey, this is dangerous. Hey, we shouldn't release this out to the public. They had all their positions scrubbed from the safety team, and they were all spread out among Google. And now they just work in different positions, and they can't be of help to us anymore. So we know that most of these AI, all of these AIs, Grok, Meta, all of Google's, the banana snow, whatever, whatever they're making up now, right? All these AIs, Palantir, all these trash companies with trash CEOs, trash the entire C suite, all their investors. Nvidia, drop your prices. You cared about the gamers up until this point. Come back. Come back. God, you think a few $1 trillion would be enough, but it's not. Fuck a million, fuck a billion. We're moving around trillions of dollars worth of wealth. We're holding up the entire S&P 500 by this 50,000. I don't care. You think you could be satisfied with just, a few billion, but somehow you're not. The innovation isn't there, the care for the people isn't there, and it disgusts me, honestly, to my core. Ooh, ooh. I vibe with 90% of this. We're going to move on. I don't even care about the rest of the comments, because if this is ChatGPT, right? If this is, I like the way it was written too. It just makes me so curious. If this was written by AI, I'm not for it. Disgust me. All right, so we're moving on to r/am I the asshole with an H. We got a post by Galaxy Gallows. Am I the asshole for telling my husband not to be surprised and wonder what happened when he loses me and our kids? All right, they need some advice. My 32 female husband, 30 female, have been together for 10 years. We have 2 children, 8 female, which is ours, and 11 male, mine from a previous relationship. He's never been super active in our kids' lives, but he has always shown up when it counts. The last few weeks, he has started being more distant. He has been playing video games on his computer more often, like the time he gets home from work until 1 a.m. most days. Ugh. We had a weekend of parades and events in town that the kids and I wanted to go to. He says that the last parade on Sunday was the one that he thought we were planning to go to. So we skipped all the others and planned to all go to that one. Sunday rolls around. About 2 hours before we have to leave, he turns on his computer saying he needs to do something real quick. 45 minutes before the parade starts, we're all getting ready to leave. This is when he decides he is just going to stay home. The kids and I went and had a great time together and got lots of beads, toys, candy, and other things to throw out to the crowd. The kids didn't seem to show that they had any care. There was just the 3 of us. That was sweet. That following week, he wanted to start a server to be able to have fun for him and others to play on. It costs $80 to get started. I got paid in 3 days, and I told him he can wait until then to pay for it, but I wasn't taking money out of our savings to do so. He turns around and calls his mom to borrow the money. When I found out about it 2 days later and asked where he got the money, he told me. My mother-in-law have a somewhat strained relationship, and money has always been an issue. My husband knows how I feel about this, and I told him that it would have been nice if he had talked to me about it before cashing her and borrowing it from her. You mean calling her? He tries to tell me that he thought he did. Then he smirks because he know for a fact that he never did. He was trying to make me second guess myself. This was also on Valentine's Day. Oh, neither the kids nor I have anything from him for it, but his server got paid. But I didn't make a big deal about it and just wanted to move on. Girl, what the fuck? That following weekend, our daughter had an art fair showcasing her work. She was super excited about going and has seen what she did. Oh, man. He was up until 3 to 4 a.m. the night before on his game once again. The next morning, he refused to wake up 4 times. I tried. You've tried 4 times? He finally woke up and started moving around as we were about to have to leave. He decided at that point he was just going to stay home. My daughter didn't seem to mind, but my heart just broke. So the kids and I left without him. We go to her art fair and we saw that she painted a beautiful picture. I was very proud of her, and she was so excited to see it up on the wall as well. We went to the activity room. I colored a picture, and her and my son colored and made other crafts. My daughter then says to me, I'm kind of glad dad didn't come. You are more fun when he's not around, and he's always grumpy and rushes us. Uh, as if my heart wasn't hurt enough, it took all I had not to cry. But afterwards, we went and got donuts from our favorite place down to celebrate her accomplishment, something my husband wouldn't have been happy to do or done. We get home after about 3 hours, and there he is on his computer. He can tell I'm upset, and he's asking what's wrong. I told him it was sad that he couldn't take 3 hours out of his day to make his daughter feel special and show up for her, and that when he wakes up one day alone and the kids go no contact with him, to not be surprised that he only has himself to blame. He laughed and said, whatever, and went back to playing. So, am I the asshole? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Oh my God. Yes, yes, you are the asshole to yourself. How old is this? This is 2 years ago. God damn, I hope you left this piece of shit. Hold on, two kids. Your daughter's 10 and your son is 13 now, if not ever so slightly older, doesn't matter. Fuck, you're 34, he's 32 now. I hope you left. This man gaslights you. This man tries to finesse money out of your pockets to go around to your mother-in-law, to pull money out of her pocket. Like, she don't got her own life. She should be retirement age, trying to save up so she can live her last 20 years doing whatever she can, whatever she wants to do, get that old man dick. You feel me? Ooh, where's his daddy at? Where's his father? What, how mother-in-law raised him so poorly that here he is being just a, ugh. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Not gooner, not weeb. Uh, Hikikomori. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but this motherfucker is in the crib every day when he gets off of work. He's not spending any time with his kids, raising them, nurturing them, having fun with them, playing with them, taking care of them, giving them baths, making food for them, teaching them, helping them out with their homework. I'm assuming a lot, but if you get home and you're gaming till 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the motherfucking morning, you can't even take time off the goddamn weekend to go and have fun with your whole fucking family that you decided to have. You decided to nut in your wife. You decided to marry her. Oh my God, you're garbage. You're garbage trash. You're a loser. Ooh. Galaxy Gallows. This is OP. OP. I truly hope you left this man. I truly hope you left this man. We're diagnosing here when we shouldn't be diagnosing. He is a narcissist that does not care about the relationships that he built up in his life with his own time, because he just wants to play games. All he cares about is his own self gratification, satisfaction, and he's just beating his meat while he's playing the fucking game. I guarantee you. That gets him off. That's the only form of enjoyment he has. Not spending time with his family, not raising his kids, not spending time with his wife, gaming all fucking day long. What is this, bro? You need a server for you and your friends? $80? 80? Did your friends go in on it? You taking money out your mom's pocket. Did your friends go in on it? Right? You're taking time away from your family. Did your friends go in on it? Your friends? Bro. Nah, bro. Nah, this disturbs me. We're gonna read some comments. Fucking my day up. Top comment from not your effing problem. I can't read. Why am I doing this if I can't read? It seems that you and the kids are better without him. What is he bringing to the table? Right? The comment underneath that is, they got their account deleted. Right? He'd probably bring more if he were court ordered to. I mean, hey, you know, hey, this motherfucker, because he works. He gets up, he go to work. Right? He's up until 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. He still goes to work. But he spent all his money on the games. Matter of fact, where's his money going towards? Why is the husband asking the wife for money if the husband's going to work every day? 5 days a week? 4 days a week? Is he part-time? Where are the comments from OP? But legitimately, it's a comment from Funstorm6487. These default names are crazy. Why do you want to live like this, bro? What? Why, sis? Why? Oh my God. From Valley Girl NorCal. What was that? North California? Valley Girl? Now shout out to Michigan, baby. Murder Mitt. East Side, baby. So when are you gonna start believing him? He's already checked out of his marriage. What about him are you expecting to miraculously change? Get your financial records in order and see an attorney. Make sure the divorce decree / shared parenting agreement requires both of you to support your children through undergrad, and make sure you both have equal time with the kids until they graduate from high school. He is taking advantage of you while having zero commitment for the family you both created, right? This top tier. That's a top tier comment right there. Right? Because some judges be like, all right, 18, you're good. But nah, I think about 300,000 for school. 300,000. Right? Because I am 8 female. I'm about to have another 10 years of having my art talents matured. Right? I need about 300,000 per art school. I'm going to New York, baby. I'm going to New York, right? Or Michigan. Shout out to CCS, baby. I'm going to CCS, College for Creative Studies. I need about 300,000 for my undergrad. Right, I'm about to be out here painting, drawing. I'm gonna be the best. Let me see the comments from OP. Let me see. We got a shit ton of comments. I should open these up. That's tough. Let me find. And we don't have any updates either. This is crazy. Two. Bitch, what? Hold on. Hold on. What? Nah. I should open these comments up at first. This shit is blowing me. What? No, I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. I gotta make sure to chop this up later. Or I'm gonna just leave. I'm gonna leave this just like this. Oh fuck. All right, let's get through these comments. So from CTB Falcon. What? This is not the full story. You're complaining about a couple of weeks? What's wrong with you? Let the man relax. And there is no way after 10 years that his actions now are causing you so much pain. Why don't you include his side of the story and we'll reserve judgment until then? OP is an asshole so far. They got -2 upvotes. But OP did reply to this. This is years in the making. It just escalated last month where he is not showing up for our kids. But the fact of the matter that the daughter even peeped and said something to the degree that they're happy it's just the three of them. Nah, it's been a slow downward decline. She's so young, she wouldn't make a comment like that. Oh, man. All right, let's hit the next comment. And I lost it. How the fuck did that happen? OP, where'd your comment go, bro? OP, I lost your comments. Tough. Next one. Oh, I am so bad at my job. Yo. Where'd these comments go? All right, fuck it. We're just going to go back to the comments underneath her own profile, right? Instead of pulling from every single comment she replied to, because Reddit is just throwing me for a loop right now. Hopefully the rest of the posts aren't like this. I opened everything else up beforehand except for these two. I'm sorry. My fault. I've been with him for 10.5 years. Don't really know how much else and how to do life alone. Also, rent averages my monthly income where we live. And living on my own in a town with no family and only 2 friends, I don't have much of a support system to be able to take on a second job to afford to be on my own. I feel stuck, honestly. That's tough. Oh man, and she got downvoted to hell too off this one. Is your job something you could do only locally or something you could find in another city? Where does your family live? Moving is hard, but probably better than what you have now. Go to your family. Take them to court for child support. Show your children there's no reason to be with someone who doesn't value you. Shout out to Technical Lobster, right? Shout out to them. I'm saying lob for a reason. And OP replies to that. I work remotely, so I can take my work almost anywhere. Parents live 14 hours away. They are retiring in a few years and don't know where they are headed after that. I am working on finding an income based apartments where I live currently, but I am finding that wait lists are long. All right. We got a bunch of people gassing her up. Yeah, you can do this. You're already doing a great job being there for your kids. Just take it one step at a time. And Lobster came back. Shout out to the tech. Talk about it with your parents. Think about it. Talk about it with them. Retirement is in a few years still, and a few years in the future. Perhaps they won't refuse to help now, and these few years are enough to get you on your feet. And the children are old enough to spend a few hours at home without supervision or get in some extra activities, sports, a school, or a community center. I don't recall their ages. I mean, 8 and 11. So 13 and 10 now, but teens can be at home for a couple of years. Couple of years alone. Hours. He put the Y instead of the H. That autocorrect is vicious because it just fried my brain. Um, Check out a few low cost cities around you. Around them and then someplace else. See if your income faces the cost there. Don't close your exit door just yet. Explore your options. You don't have to leave tomorrow. There is no emergency. Organize and plan. Yes. Yes. It's been 2 years. For the people out there who are going through something similar, you have to plan everything out. This is not a simple move to make. This is not anything that is less than the most complex thing you can possibly do. Having to leave someone that you've been with for 5, 10 and a half years, that you have a child with that is growing up right now, that is in middle school, a kid that's going from the third grade to the fourth, right? And these kids are both probably in middle school going into high school. So, you have to plan accordingly. You have to look at your money. You have to look at everything that's around you. Prices are up, but some places, like she's looking, they have adjusted rent where you don't have to tough it out. And you have family. You have two parents. They can help you out, right? They raised you. Yeah, hopefully they raised you well because it seems like you're trying to take care of your kids. So I'm assuming that your parents are good parents too. They'll help you out in your time of need. Ooh. And if you can't rely on them, crack your husband over the head, drag his ass to therapy, right? You married him, put your fist in his face, tell him to wake the fuck up, crash out, break his system, sell his system. Don't break his system. We need the money. Sell his system, right? All his systems, right? Go through his phone too. He's switching up. I don't like that. Go through his shit. Go through his shit when you're not paying attention. Right? See who he's talking to. See who's talking shit to. See who he's talking shit about you to. See who's in his head influencing him. You already don't fuck with mother-in-law. See if she's influencing him. I don't like that. I don't like that. Random spitballing, but I don't like that. Ooh. I got a bunch of other comments from OP that I can't find. I can't find. Ooh, I can't find them. I suck at my job too. All right. All right. Let me see. Ooh, my biggest fear is them blaming me for everything one day. But maybe that was her way of telling me it's okay. Yeah, your daughter peep game. She prefers to be with you over dad, especially because he's not there for her. Right. I couldn't imagine not being there for my kids. It doesn't make any sense. All the littlest things. I think back to like one-off games that I had for fucking soccer before it got deleted from the Detroit public school systems. My dad showed up for me. Right. I was ass as the goalie. My little chubby ass running around, not being able to catch the ball, letting goals in from the other team. He was there. He was there with my with my little stepbrother, and they were cheering me on, and my dad gave me advice afterwards. He showed up for me, right? He wanted me to put that effort in. He was there for me. He bought me my first camera. This got me in my career 13 years later, right? He has taken care of me throughout the years. No matter how good or bad of a person he is, he's like, no, my number one job is to take care of you no matter what. I don't care how old you are, right? You're my son. You're always going to be my kid. My mom's the same exact way. They're always going to take care of me. I could not imagine having dog shit of a father like this guy right here in this story. Oh, I'm about to crash out. I gotta move on. Does OP have any more comments? All right. Things have only just progressed more than usual in the last few weeks, but it's been rough for years. Every time I try to talk to him, he starts saying, fine, I'll just sell my computer, or this just doesn't, I just don't, this is why I don't like playing games. You always start this shit, but I don't usually care as long as he's somewhat present, but it seems like he's completely checked out at this point. uh, mm, mm, I'm assuming he's depressed. I'm assuming he has some mental issues that aren't being taken care of. I'm assuming because we got such a shitty healthcare system where he might have something wrong going on with him. He might be stressed from work. He might need to de-stress, and he is just falling. He is just spiraling down a pit, right? And everything that's wrong with him is blowing back on his family, and that's not fucking okay. No excuses. Excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build bridges that lead to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. I refuse to take any excuses from anyone. You should be constantly and consistently working on bettering yourself, especially when you have a whole family to take care of. The minimum necessary dollar amount to afford to take care of a family up to one wife, one husband, two kids is $140,000 a year. You have to get up and get out. Your wife is working. You are working. You all need to bring home the bread, the bare minimum. If you make less than $140,000 a year and you have two kids, you are poor. You live below the poverty line. $140,000 is not a lot now. It costs the bare minimum of a million over 18 years to take care of your kids. I'm talking about one shitty ass sport, right? One shitty ass public school. You feel me? Shittiest vitamins you can possibly have. None of that good shit. No biotin, right? Shout out to my long ass claw nails that I need to take care of. I need a mani pedi. I need a mani pedi bad, right? I'm getting so off topic. This destroys me. Something like this destroys me. I hate it, right? Because their kids are being raised in such an environment where they're being hurt. The possibility and the odds of them growing up to be parents themselves are very high. What kind of way are they going to take care of their partners in the future, treat their partners and treat their kids? Hurt people hurt people. I truly hope OP dipped out. I truly hope at this point, 2 years later, OP found somebody else. And matter of fact, no, I don't. I hope she went to therapy. Because hold on. Let me go back to the top. The oldest boy, 11 male, is from a previous relationship. 8 female is ours. They were together 10 and a half years. So that means your ex dipped out when your baby was 6 months old? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Yeah. What? Or a little bit sooner. Because he could have dipped out when you found out you were pregnant. So 6 months or a year. No, you need to be single for a while. And you're 32. So that means, oh shit, you've been with this guy since you were a kid. Yeah, you need to get some therapy. The kids need therapy. And you need to just chill for a bit. You need to make some more friends, some more female friends, male friends, they friends, and just relax. Pick up some hobbies that go right along with the kids so you can be locked in with their hobbies, their sports, their activities, and just chill out for a bit. I know it sucks to be alone, to be lonely, to not have some dick, right? But you got to focus on your kids. Right. No hopping into another relationship because you went from your previous ex to this guy and he was a piece of shit. So all you know in your adult life are pieces of shit. Right. One bad guy to the next. You don't need to pop into another one and pop another kid out. And then your kids have to help out taking care of you and your other kid because that guy might also be an even worse piece of shit. Hopefully not. Hopefully you chilling. It's been 2 years since this post. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. Where's the next story? Where is the next story? Oof. Fucking my head up. My brain is fried. I need water. All right, we're moving on to r/ Am I the Asshole by a deleted user. This post is 4 years old. Am I the asshole for telling mother-in-law that while I cannot break HIPAA, but I can dictate how much she sees her future grandchildren? Yeah, demon time. All right. I am an ER nurse. I also have a terrible relationship with my mother in law. She came to the ER on Valentine's Day, and I went into the room and she immediately demanded a new nurse. To be fair, I was about to suggest she get a different nurse because, in general, we don't want to work with family. But she was super rude about it and said I was incompetent. The real issue is mother in law was with a date. This man is a family friend. He was actually father in law's best friend for 20 plus years. Her very, very, very recent ex husband. Her very recent ex husband's best friend of 20 plus years. My husband despises this man and would have a strong reaction to her dating him. Mother in law's dad had a business falling out with him, and there were multiple lawsuits. His kids don't like mother-in-law. So to say people would flip shit if they found out they were dating is an understatement. I absolutely cannot tell anyone due to HIPAA. Fuck. I can't even mention to my husband that I saw her, and it is stressing me out so badly. Mother in law reminded me of HIPAA at the hospital, and I reassured her that I would never risk my career like that. Mother in law laughed, and she knew it was going to drive me crazy and was loving it. This morning, she texted me that she was reminding me that she knows her legal rights and she will destroy my life if I tell anyone. I wrote back again that I won't tell. I asked if she was ever going to tell her son, and she wrote back, LOL, maybe if we get married. I told her she was a shit mom, and she said that she hardly ever sees him since he married such a bitch. So it's a non issue. At that point, I felt like she was goading me because she must know that it kills me not to be able to tell him. I wrote back that I cannot break HIPAA as she is clearly aware, but I can dictate how much time she spends with her future grandkids. So maybe she should no call me names. No call me names? And just maybe she should fess up to her son. Mother-in-law wrote back that she has no intentions of having a relationship with my kids, but then said the fact that I said that shows what type of person I am. And since I'm a trash person, she doesn't even want to meet my future kids. I don't know if I went too far with what I said. Nah, B, I'm cracking ankles. Oh. Nah, I'm going too far. I'm too aggressive from the last story. It's HIPAA. She can't talk to nobody because she's a nurse. That's her whole job. That's tough. I've read too many stories where nurses are just getting loose and doing whatever they want, going through all kinds of documents. And I wouldn't want anybody talking about my personal information because we don't even know why she wasn't in the ER. Was it for her? Was it? Yes, it was because she wanted a different nurse. It wasn't for her date, though. I wonder what happened. Huh. All right, top comment from Webton Misker 8. What are these default usernames, bro? All right. You need to go to HR and let them know what's going on. Tell them your mother-in-law came in with a date and is now threatening you with HIPAA, even though you have done nothing and told no one that you have no intentions to do so. This needs to be on record in case she decides to mess with you more. You could maybe even screenshot and print out where she's messing where she is. Maybe you could even screenshot and print out where she is threatening you with it. My brain is fried. Yeah, the comment underneath. As a nurse, I agree with this 100%. CYA with a paper trail. Don't let her decide she has a weapon at a future date. Huh. CYA. CYA. Huh. CYA. I don't know. What's that? CYA. Cover your ass. CYA. Cover your ass, OP. I'm vibing with that. Yeah, cover it. CYA. Cover your ass. Write that paper trail up. Go to HR. Right. We're documenting everything. We're printing the text messages shit straight from our service carrier. You go up in there, you say, hey, I want these text messages. Hopefully it wasn't via iPhone, and you get that. You get that. All right, I'm vibing with this. Cover your ass. Let me see. And once you have a paper trail going, when, not if, she keeps harassing you, you will be able to turn it back against her. Blackmail is a felony. And this is blackmail. We got a comment underneath saying, I don't think this qualifies as blackmail, telling someone, if you break the law, I'll make sure you pay for it. Doesn't strike me as blackmail. What? However, it could be considered as harassment if she continues sending messages, her message and remind her how much she enjoys her suffering. Okay. The problem is mother-in-law seems like the type who would definitely blame OP if anybody ever found out, even if it's weeks, months, and years from now. Mother-in-law would point to this one singular incident and say, this is how so found out. Yeah. Yeah, she seems like a petty cunt bitch. Damn, do I gotta bleep that out? YouTube, tell me if I'm doing too much. So we got a comment from, I'm not even going to try that one. I'd actually suggest OP get advice from her union strong, baby, before talking to HR, but agree this needs to be written up and documented with time and date, etc. And her employee. The hospital will need to be notified. Yes, these hospitals in America are businesses. You definitely need to go to HR. Normally, don't trust HR, but this one you do, because this bitch is trying to come after your job. Additionally, mother-in-law can go and complain to the nurses board too, which would affect her registration of professional
Indemnity.
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 Indemnity. Indemnity. Indemnity. Indemnity.
Indemnity.
Indemnity.
Indemnity.
Why are you saying with a D though, bitch? Indemnity. Indemnity.
Indemnity.
Indemnity. Indemnity. All right. Security or protection against a loss of other financial burdens. We're going to go back. The fuck was that? Additionally, mother-in-law can go and complain to nurses to the. Additionally, mother-in-law can go and complain to the nurses board too, which would affect her registration and professional indemnity insurance. She'd need union representation for that. So yeah, she needs to report this and best to get advice from her union rep on how all the processes and how to do document and how to document it to protect her. But can I get some spaces here, baby? What? Please help me. Also, this is a work health safety issue. Mother-in-law is using her hospital visits to harass OP, then it's becoming an issue at her work. From a non-workplace perspective, the only thing OP can do is avoid mother-in-law. When asked, just say something firm but vague that mother-in-law and her don't get along, and it's been made very clear that mother-in-law doesn't like her and that you won't be attending family functions she's going to. That's all she can say to her husband and anyone else who wants to know. And also state it's a closed subject and you won't be participating in any discussion about mother-in-law. To protect OP until someone else finds out this relationship because you saw it with your 2 eyes. Once those texts have been documented and witnesses or verified, block her number, but don't delete the messages. And any contact mother-in-law wants to have has to be filtered with OP's husband. Yeah, this is spot on. Right. This is spot on. Yeah. You need that paper trail. Ooh. My bad. I gotta check my notifications. Yeah, gotta check that. Check that. Notifications. Snap. Yoink. All right. Let's see these next comments from the Riker maneuver. I don't know what the Riker maneuver is. CYAOP, cover your ass. Ooh, cover your ass. We got some paragraphs from the Kairos. I don't know how to spell words or pronounce things. I'm terrible. I like to read. Talking out loud, reading when I'm reading, talking what I'm reading what I'm talking is difficult for me. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just wanted to have a podcast. It is my God-given right as a man to have a podcast. Yo, what's wrong with me? As someone who managed the HIPAA security and compliance department, I 100% agree. You need on record with the HR and your manager what happened. Why does that read weird to me? Protect yourself because she sounds like the person to absolutely report you, specifically if anyone ever finds out about a relationship. Document. OP, you may have gone a little overboard with your comment to have no contact with your future children. Soft, you're the asshole in that particular comment simply because that is something you need to discuss with your partner and not unilaterally because she goads you. Don't stoop to her level. Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go to hell and sweep kick their leg. That's not Michelle Obama's quote. That's me in a movie acting as Michelle Obama and sweep kicking their leg because someone had a flashback and was like showing another person who look Michelle Obama's a man, she looks like a man, and in the flashback Michelle Obama pops up but it's me as Michelle Obama, and since they're being disgusting and dastardly, I sweep kick their leg, right, and then crack their head open on the cement. Yeah, something really wrong with me. But yeah, fuck the don't stoop to our level shit, man. Absolutely. When people when people are attacking your job, which is your livelihood, because that is the money that you make to keep a roof over your head and your future children's head to stay at a place that you want to be, because being a nurse, being a emergency room nurse is one of the hardest jobs you can possibly have. Trying to help people who just got shot in the chest 16 times to stay alive? Bruh. No, absolutely. Stoop to her level and go even lower. Right. If she wants to sling petty ass comments, you sling even worse comments. Make that bitch feel like a piece of shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, the reason why she got a divorce with her husband is because she was fucking around on him. She was fucking around on him with the worst possible person that she could be. Her ex-husband's ex-best friend who was fucking over the business. This is just two bad people together, tied up, doing the fusion dance, doing the nasty in bed, right? Your man, your husband needs to know that his mother-in-law is fucking around with the worst person possible. You won't have to make a unilateral decision, right? He will be right along with your side like, bitch, fuck you. He was fucking the money up. You fucked over there to be with this guy? Nah. Find some new dick. I have been in a similar situation with family members I adore. Part of my job was to review all patients admitted overnight and review their medical records very closely. Once saw my grandfather-in-law on the list. I had to not only find someone to take my place with him that morning to get the task done, I had to act surprised a few days later when my in-laws told me he had been in the hospital. Turned out that he had known I was working there, and he said he would have rather had me do his paperwork with him instead of my coworker, but I would rather be safe than sorry. It would have been completely within my role and not affect patient care had I just gone and done my job as with any other patient. But why would I risk it? And the comment underneath this, as someone who managed compliance with HIPAA, shouldn't you be able to spell it correctly? You mad at this motherfucker to have typos specifically for HIPAA? I'm mad at them for their grammar. Everyone's grammar today is garbage trash. I'm having the worst time trying to read, and I like to read. Ugh, everyone needs an editor. Giving autocorrect randomly switches it to me for the wrong spelling. I wouldn't assume they spelled it wrong. That's a comment underneath that. Given HIPAA is not a word, I find this hard to believe. You type it enough, your keyboard starts suggesting it. I don't care. I don't care. We got some people talking about soft-eared asshole. No, not at all. Let's see another comment. I thought we had another comment from OP. I thought we had another one. Not the asshole, but you really need to work with HIPAA. Not the asshole, but you really need to work on your HIPAA knowledge and be smarter in dealing with your mother-in-law. Who your mother is dating is not medical information and does not fall under HIPAA restrictions. In fact, you do not even need to mention to your husband where you heard the information, merely that your mother is dating X. OP replies, I cannot say that I saw her at the ER. If I just said she was dating him, he would ask how I knew. I could lie to my husband. My mother-in-law knows. I know it can escalate. I'm not high enough on the totem pole that they might fire me just to avoid legal trouble. Ooh, you're not high enough on the totem pole and they might just fire. I'm not high enough on the totem pole and they might fire me to avoid any legal trouble. They take this stuff extremely seriously. Yeah, this is tough. The HIPAA is going too hard for this. HIPAA is a U.S. federal law that governs the privacy and security of professional health information. That doesn't include seeing her with a man. Not the asshole, but don't keep engaging. You need to go ahead and just slide outside and see them out on a date. Oh, don't PM me your booty. Leaves a comment. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Would it be possible to just run into her somewhere else and snag a picture and so you can prove that's not what happened? Just spitballing here. This secret will want to burst out of me as well. OP replies, it feels crazy, but I might try that. I might really try that. I don't actually know where she lives, but I'm going to snoop a bit through family for multiple reasons. I feel my husband really deserves to know she is dating this man. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna vibe out of this one. Moving on. I need water. Shout out Stanley. We're in the R/S Am I the Asshole subreddit. From Am I the Asshole Mama 2? Am I the asshole for telling my daughter, 23 female, she's a bad person over pizza? My family consists of me, my husband, my daughter, 22 female, and my son, 17 male. My daughter moved back home during lockdown 2020 as she was finishing her master's degree. She took a year out to work and is now doing a secondary degree. I told her if she stayed at home and didn't take out any loans, we would help her through the degree. We aren't paying for it though, food slash petrol, etc. Right? This is not in America. On Thursday night, we threw a pizza party for myself, my husband, and our children and their partners. It went great and everyone got on well. On Friday, my family, me, my husband, daughter, and son, visited their grandparents for a family dinner. On Saturday, my husband and I returned from a shopping trip around lunchtime and told my daughter she needs to get ready for pizza night. She said she didn't know we were having a pizza night on Saturday. I had invited over a group of old family friends and that she had planned her weekend so she can do all her work on Saturday and go visit her boyfriend on Sunday/Monday, as it is Valentine's Day. Did I read this already? So many Valentine's Day stories. I told her she could, at the very least, stay for the meal, but she said no. It always ends up becoming a long meal, and she'd have to wash her hair and do her makeup, which she was planning to do Sunday, so she have a clean hair and not need to wash it at her boyfriend's. I told her if she was going to act like that, I would cancel the whole thing. She said that's silly. She didn't want to participate as she had work to do. It blew up between us as she said this was her time to do as she pleased, and I just had a whole I told her if she was going to act like that, I would just cancel the whole thing. She said that's silly. She just didn't want to participate as she just had work to do. It blew up between us as she said this was her time to do as she pleased, and I had just had a week of holiday. I complained about trying to do my best to please everyone, and she said that's not got nothing to do with her. She didn't ask or know about my dinner plans. It escalated a bit, and when her father, my husband, walked in, I said our daughter was refusing to participate because she didn't want pizza again. She said she didn't want pizza again so soon after Thursday as well. My daughter said it's not because she's making pizza, it's because I'm busy and I don't want pizza either. I exclaimed, she? I'm not a she. And my daughter repeated, my bad, I heard a sound. I exclaimed, she? I'm not a she. And my daughter repeated what she said, but she called me he instead. I told her she's a bad person. What the fuck? She did not join in pizza night. She was annoyed the guest stayed until 1 a.m. as she wasn't able to prepare her own dinner. We haven't talked since. Am I the asshole for calling her a bad person? I think she is ungrateful and should have just joined in, but she doesn't like people seeing her as a mess and blew up the situation. All she had to do was join in dinner. Edit. Do I want to read this edit? About the bit regarding pronouns. I identify as female, but it's rude to refer to someone as she rather than their name/title if they are part of a discussion. And she then repeated her phrase and used he when I was upset by the use of she, which was obviously meant to upset me even more. What, girl? You a grown ass woman and you stressing out about proper etiquette for the specifics of using he/she when referring to a person in the third person right there while they're also in the room, but you're in a heated argument and you want to try to get your point across to another person. Bitch, you're annoying me. I don't like it here. I want to take a break. You're the asshole. I don't like your vibes. Bro, she just had pizza like 3 days ago. Switch it up. Switch it up. right? We're going out, we're having family dinner, we're going out, we're having family dinner, we're staying at home, we're having more family dinner, we're just out and out and out. I'm trying to vibe out. I'm trying to get my work done. I'm trying to have my homework done. I'm trying to pop out multiple degrees and still make time for me and my mans. You didn't have so much family time. So much family time. Let me chill. It's the weekend. Let me chill. And then you want to get into an argument about it and be all pissy that I didn't talk how the way you wanted me to talk. We're a whole generation separated. I do not care about the way and how you prefer to speak or be spoken about when you're arguing with me about dumb shit. Ugh. Top comment 37,000 upvotes by Scholar Impressive 887. Shout out to the usernames that aren't absolute trash. You're the asshole. If you wanted her at dinner because you were having people over, you could have just asked what date/time worked for her beforehand so she can make time for it. The fact that you are supporting her does not mean you own her time. She deserves her commitments to be respected as well. She's making plans. You're making plans. You want to involve her in your plans, but you are not talking to her. You are not communicating. Why are you maneuvering like that? Yet another sock says, see, this is the actual overstep of OPs where you can point out the flaws in her reasoning and propose that she change her mindset so that her daughter's time and autonomy are respected. That all makes perfect sense. And then there's the M. Night Shammy Whammy twist in the final lines of the post where what really set OP off is that her daughter referred to her with a pronoun. Not the wrong pronoun, i.e., misgendering her, but any pronouns at all, which OP apparently considers unspeakably rude. And that grievance OP has with her daughter is so unbelievably batshit insane that you have to wonder what the point of a succinct, rational explanation like the above is. And if our efforts wouldn't be better spent praying for her daughter to scrape together the money to get out of that house, right? Man, she's out here trying to get her whole entire life together, double degree it up, or at least 1 degree to the second, right? And you're worried about pronouns. You use them every day. No one really cares. Ugh. I find people that play by Little Miss Jules. Hey, Jules. I find people that play. I find people that play game when. Why do I have to infer what you mean? Just write it. I find people that play that game when they know that they're in the wrong and are trying to regain the moral high ground. Don't refer to me as X. I'm in the room and I have a name kind of thing. My mother used to play that game all the time. Bro, like, no, ugh. You just want to make me into the bad guy. I don't like that kind of, I don't like that kind of maneuvering through life. From Simon's Garth's uncle. Why does my brain read that? Barfunkel? Whatever. You're the asshole. It's clear that you never told her of your plans. Probably never intended to either. And OP replies, I thought I had. I said if she spent more time with the family, she'd have known though. I did apologize that she never found out. Bruh, she was y'all was just doing dinner back to back. Like, back to back. What are you talking about? No, you didn't. You're trying to finesse me. You're trying to finesse people in the comments. I don't like that. Don't lie. Don't lie on your daughter's name like that. From Sage Berry Tree. You're the asshole. Your daughter politely told you she had prior plans. You didn't inform her of the plan in advance and expected her to drop everything for you. That's not fair. I have no idea what your actual issue with the use of the pronoun she. You craftily left that out. I suspect it too. Makes you look bad. And then OP replies, it's disrespectful to refer to someone as she. I am a person with a name. The comment underneath, 2 cents for free. She wasn't talking to you. She was talking to your husband. And in your post, you've referred to your daughter as she more than 20 times. It's annoying me, bro. the immediate comment underneath that and the one underneath that. LOL, not the same. She is the mom. She does not need to respect her daughter. And then the comment underneath that, repeat after me. Children are people, not objects. Man, this is throwing me off. Didn't I just read this? I feel like I just read that. I did just read that. On to the next comment. From a deleted commenter, you're the asshole and blew this totally out of proportion. Your daughter, who is an adult, by the way, had plans and you didn't communicate your expectations. It sounds like you have a mind movie of your mental image of what your relationship is supposed to be, and she is not living up to this unrealistic standard. And why did you get upset when she called you she? Your daughter was speaking about you to another person and was using your proper pronoun. OP again replies, I have a title, and it is disrespectful to call me a she as if I am not there. I also thought she knew. Bro, you're just trying to pick a fight, and you think you're in the right, but you're just dragging it. Puzzle headed over 78 replies, you're the asshole. You picked the fight over pizza? OP replies, I prepare and cook the pizza myself. It is time consuming, and I did not feel appreciated through her actions. Pedantic redhead replies, excuse me, I seem to have misplaced my violin. You're the asshole for blowing up at something so innocuous. She already had plans. She has made that clear. You didn't need her there. The world would not end without her presence. Play the violin sounds, please. Please. Royal Azure Stone comments, you're the asshole. Next time you're going to plan something like this, let your daughter know ahead of time. From the sound of it, you told her the afternoon of the party. She'd had other plans because you didn't bother to tell her, so that's on you 100%. And OP continues to lie to us and says, I thought she knew. She was downloaded 310 times, 897 times, 1,100 times, 2,500 times, 2,900 times. Back down a little bit, 2,700 times. Tough. You're trash. You're dog water. Ooh. Can we move on? Can we move on? Can we move on? I opened up so many comments from OP. So many. And we're going to do one last one. You're the asshole. This is crazy. But so here I am, crazy alien. First, you didn't tell her beforehand. Second, she had plans that weekend. Third, she didn't want to come because she had work. Am I getting that right? Fourth, it's not like you are inviting her friends or people her age. Why does she have to join? Fifth, all people who get mad when someone is talking about them using he or she is an idiot. What should she say? Aren't you a she? I hate when people do that. Not she am your mother. Are you an it? 6. She is not 5. She does not have to be there just because you want her to. Stop imposing stuff on your adult kids for no real reason. 7th, can you explain what made her a bad person? I need everybody to turn their autocorrect off and on so it has a full reset. Because I'm going to have an aneurysm. Oh, I said it wrong. 1, because OP replies, I thought I had. I apologize that she did not know. When? When? To us? To me? To the comments? Bitch, when'd you reply? I don't see any updates. This is 4 years ago. This is 4 years ago. Oof. 2, she had plans Sunday night through Monday. 3, she had work to complete for her course. She could have done it later or Sunday before she left. Bro, don't do that. 4, they are close family friends who would have liked to see her. Don't care. 5, yes, I am a she, but she said it rudely as if I wasn't there. Bro, you was being rude as fuck the entire time. 6, I would. I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm sorry. Excuse me. 6, it would have been nice if she joined, even just for the meal. 7, she was dismissive, rude, and escalated the situation and knew she was upsetting me. When I said, don't call me she, and upset me more, calling me he, bro, no. We got committed to username. Your username is committed to username. That's your username. Replying to OP. 1, poor planning on your part does not constitute a change of plan on your daughters. 2, she had plans on Saturday night to get her work done. 3, C point above. She didn't want to feel rushed to get that work done. Hence doing it on a Saturday. 4, they can make plans with her themselves. 5, she's a normal pronoun, duh, to use when they don't want to be repetitive by using your name. Everyone does that. Grow up. 6, then set up time for her to do it in the future when she doesn't have plans. And 7, she didn't escalate the situation. You did. Edit spelling. I appreciate you for editing your spelling. Oh my God. No, she's dragging it by calling her disrespectful. She was just trying to really drag her husband into that whole argument. OP replies even more times. I am not trans, but it's rude to refer to someone as she/he when they are right in front of you. Exclamation point. Girl, shut up. Shut up. And then she's trying to talk about, oh man, you could have did your work later. She got downvoted to hell. To hell. Your daughter's 23 in college, trying to live her life. Stop trying to monopolize her time. Stop it. She is not a kid anymore. She has shit to do. She has big girl shit to do. Girly has to write a whole paper, has to do all kinds of math, has to probably do all kinds of research. If she's going to spend her whole Saturday doing homework and then just a bit of makeup and washing her hair, I got dreads, I got locks. Even this doesn't take a long time to wash, right? Even AVC rinse or whatever doesn't take a long time. So obviously, if she's going to spend 8 to 10 to 12 hours doing homework, that was a lot. It was a lot. So trying to maneuver her Sunday and her Monday, which is supposed to be time with her man, into her doing her homework so she can spend time with your friends. Your friends. It's bullshit. She already spent time with you and the fam, and then you and the fam again with her grandparents. She's not about to do it again for a third time because you want pizza again for the second time in 3 days. No. Moving on. We're in the r/am I the asshole subreddit. We got a post by Sportanares, and I'm probably saying that wrong. I suck. Am I the asshole for uninviting my sister to my 17th birthday party after she stole my prom dress and destroyed it? So I have a younger sister, Bella, who is 15. The best way to describe her would be as a brat. She is spoiled on at that. I should have read this first. You're 17. You're 16. And this spelling is dragging me. Didn't you type this out? Where's your autocorrect at? So I have a younger sister, Bella, who is 15. The best way to describe her would be as a brat, and a spoiled one at that. She gets whatever, whenever, wherever she wants. Good grades, new iPhone. She fails at a test. Oh, she's just stressed. Let's get her ice cream to make her feel a wee bit better. Meanwhile, I have to work a part-time job at a cafe to buy my own things. Okay, I see. My senior prom is coming up. I've been saving my tips for 3 to 4 months to buy this gorgeous silk vintage dress online. It cost $250 and a whole lot of nerves. It arrived last week and it was literally perfect. Having admired it, I put it into my closet so that Bella wouldn't get her chubby little fingers on it. Yesterday, I came home from school and saw that Bella in the kitchen wearing my dress. She was making a stupid TikTok, and the concept of which I actually never understood. Like, what's the benefit? You're basically being a clown in a digital circus, whatever. So there she was, dressed in my prom dress, which I worked my ass off for, holding a milkshake in her hands or some purple juice. Wasn't my main focus at the moment. Before I could even scream, she spun around, tripped, spilled the entire glass of that purple juice all over the front of my dress. It's ruined completely and absolutely stained because of her stupid mania of making dumbass TikToks. I screamed, like actually screamed. I started crying immediately. My mom ran in. She saw the dress and saw me crying. Instead of yelling at Bella, she told me to calm down. She told me to calm down. She said something in the lines of, hey, calm down, stop crying. Bella just wanted to look pretty. We can dry it out and wash it off. It wasn't her fault. Look, she is sad too about what happened. Bella wasn't sad. Or maybe she was, a little bit. She was looking at her phone, tears swelling while constantly tapping and swiping. The only thing that little brat was sad about is her ruined TikTok, I guess. I told them that Bella is banned from my birthday dinner this weekend. We are arranging to go to a nice sushi place with family where we usually go to for big events because insane atmosphere. It's like a golden themed neon lighted Japanese village, right? That was a long parentheses bit of info. You didn't need to put that in parentheses. I said that I don't even want to look at her nor talk to her. Like the brat owes me $250 in a fucking therapy session. I was saving up for this dress for like 4 months. My dad stepped in and said that I am actually being the brat and that I was very vindictive and this type of behavior is not appreciated in this family. Yeah, but taking other people's clothes without their consent and ruin them is, I guess. And that I can't exclude my sister from family because of some cloth. They said, if Bella can't come, they aren't paying for dinner at all. I told them cancel the dinner then because it wasn't just fabric to me. It was hours of hard work, sweat, burnt out nerves. The worst thing is that Bella hasn't even considered apologizing. She just gives me a disgusted, smug look like I'm the one who ruined her dress over a stupid ass TikTok. So yeah, it is what it is. At least I got my dignity, right? Am I the asshole? No. Yes. Yes. Because where your hands at? Where your hands at? You got to squabble up. You got to squabble up. This is your little sister. Beat her ass. Beat her ass. I try not to advocate for parents putting their hands on their siblings, on their kids, but you should absolutely whoop your sister's ass. It's your little sister. This is your chubby little sister. Liver shot. Liver shot. Make liver shot. Make her fold over. Throw up on the mat while you're recording a stupid ass TikTok and post that shit. But the caption, my cunty little sister decided to ruin my prom dress that I paid for after working hard for 4 months after school, and my parents won't make her pay me back, so I'm getting my justice, the only way I can. Physically. Let's see the top comment. 6.1K upvotes. Oh, this shit is 12 days ago, too. This post is 12 days old. Your sister is the golden child and you are the scapegoat. That will never change. Get yourself free of them and go to college and have a good life without them. Where are the spaces in your comments, sir? Farrell Borg. Damn, my neighbor's truck about loud as shit. Damn, y'all hear that? No, that's not a truck. What was that, a Mustang? Irrelevant. We're gonna use some AI voice isolation. Yes. OP replies, can't wait for that, to be honest. This circus is actually going to drive me insane. At least college isn't that far ahead. Getting away sounds like a blessing. Won't miss them. Capable outside replies to OP, might be time for you to store anything valuable to you under lock and key. With a footlocker with a combo lock in your bedroom and a lock on the knob to your bedroom door. When mom starts whining, tell her it's because you are raising a young thief. I mean, honestly, right? Because OP, you hit this. You knew what your sister was going to do, but you did not expect that your sister would dig through your closet, go through all your clothes to find something specifically enough to make a dumbass TikTok of her drinking some purple drink. Was this like the McDonald's grimace bullshit? I see you, Alex. Fucking the TikToks, man. The TikToks for these kids. The reels for these kids, the challenges, the vines for these kids, the challenges, every generation. From Gen X, no, I'm sorry, from Gen Y to Gen A, every single time these kids have a challenge, they're just ruining themselves and their relationships. Ooh, OP replies, that's actually a great idea. How have I never thought of that? LMAO. This is definitely a kid. All these LOLs and LMAOs and bad grammar. You are a baby. OP replies, guys, holy shit. I did not expect this to blow up like this at all. Thanks so much for the kind words and the support. I honestly thought that I was going crazy over being vindictive, like my dad said. Reading these is quite literally the only thing keeping me sane right now. Yeah, I can understand that. Oh, someone's being petty. Someone's got a petty comment right underneath that, and I love it. I live for it. Cold Dead Heart replies to OP, don't cancel the party. Wear the ruined dress to it and tell everyone what happened. That she hasn't apologized, that your parents are taking her side and calling you vindictive, and that your parents aren't even offering to get it professionally cleaned or to replace it with a dress you love. You are really being screwed over here, and I bet the rest of your family, if they knew what was going on, they would back you up and berate your parents for how they are treating you. Look up Golden Child posts on Reddits. There are tons, and a lot of scapegoats end up getting support from other family members. Some even move in with aunts/uncles or grandparents. Best of luck to you, OP. I hope you go no contact with these shitty people and have a great life. The best revenge is living well. And they liver shots. Straight gut shots, right? Because when they put their hands up, they're gonna put their hands up. It's gonna leave them open at the stomach, right? You feel me? You gonna put your hands up for the motherfucking fit check, right? And you gonna get hit right in your liver. I don't know which side my liver is on because I don't box anymore. But yeah, that was really just a fit check. I had to. Let me see. OP comments a bunch. Your sister is the golden child and you are the scapegoats. Oh, Pharaoh Borg is back. And I read that comment. I'm terrible at my job. Spite Western says, not the asshole. Sounds like you have a couple of shitty parents that are going to pretend to be surprised when you cut contact with them as an adult because they enable your shitty siblings' behavior. I can't read. OP responds, that's just sad. The saddest thing is that I really don't understand what's up with their reasoning. I don't want to cut contact, but they're forcing my hand with these situations. How many other situations are there? This can't be the only one, can there? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. My friend calls me epic comments. Not the asshole. In this day and age, people go non-contact with relatives for much less. They're playing a dangerous game. One of the best ones I read was a woman like you who was overlooked her whole life, and it got to the point where they were a bit older, like in their mid-20s. And once the golden child did something again, she told them all, especially the golden child, to enjoy taking care of her aging parents alone because she wouldn't do shit for them. Wiped a smug look right off her face. Of course, the child that is spoiled to all everything does not want to put forth the efforts to take care of those who spoiled them when they were younger, right? You expect to continue to be spoiled throughout your life. That's crazy. Ugh. OP responds, yeah, they're just forcing my hand. I don't want to do that. But if Bella is so innocent and so good to them, and I'm the overreacting dumbass, maybe she will be better for them. Yeah, yeah. The selfish ass motherfucker. Leave the selfish motherfuckers to each other. Right. Your parents love your younger sibling so much more than you. Let them be together, right? And then they'll just explode. Because that spoiled behavior makes them think that the world is owed to them, and they will go through adulthood, young adulthood, fucking up. And then the parents will continuously try to help them out, and that's not going to go out well for them. The spoiled ass kids end up, locked up. Ooh. We got a reply to OP's reply to the comment I read from my friends call me epic, the same exact person. So that person let their car warm up for like a whole story, and their shit is so damn loud. I'm looking at my audio levels right now. And their vehicle is just as loud as me talking when I'm like back here. Yeah, when I'm back here. But I'm on the second floor. I'm on the second floor right now. And they're next door outside of their garage. Dog, that's crazy. My friend calls me epic replies. I don't think anyone who goes non-contact wants to do it originally. Leaving family because of abuse or lack of love is just something that will grate on someone till their bones. This is excruciating, but it's like the last resort to save themselves from further pain and hurt. I don't think she will be better for them. That thought is laughable. They are making an entitled monster, one who will not be capable of taking care of them. But that is the consequences of their favoritism. Yeah, entitled is the word. You feel entitled to everything that surrounds you, the wealth of others, their time, their emotions. You start to try and take and take and take. And some people are just not down with that, especially strangers. You're going to get hit in your face. You're going to end up doing jail time, and your parents are going to consistently be paying for that, bailing you out, and fucking going to court. Oh, man. I didn't hit the mic. OP replies, I guess so. Got to be thankful to them, though. This way, I can learn to stand on my own 2 feet faster and actually live an independent life. That sucks for you. You're 17. You're 17. The fact of the matter is, you got to learn to do that, and you aren't being taught how to do that. Most people aren't teaching their kids. They're saying, hey, you have to do this and do that and do this and do that. You have to get good grades and go to college and live in an apartment and pay your bills, but they're not teaching you. Right? They're not helping you gain the information, giving it to you, helping you process and understand. You have rent, water, gas, electric, cable, Wi-Fi, phone, car, insurance, and every other fee associated with food and clothing. Food and clothing. Ugh. The first and the last two are the most important. Ooh. OP's parents have set these kids up for failure, unfortunately, and have set a dynamic underway for years now that puts them against one another. And I am not a fan of it. OP has some more replies, but you can go find these for yourself. We're moving on. Last story of the day coming from r/am I the asshole from interesting dot 7077. It's 13 days old. Am I the asshole for refusing to tell the men in my family about my period? Growing up, my dad said that I had to tell him and my brother each month when I got my period. For background, there were three girls and two males in the household. This started when I got my period at age 11. His reasoning was that as a man, he and my brother would need to know when to expect me to be more hormonal. When I pushed back and said that I had a right to privacy, he was adamant that it was his right as a man and my father to know when I was on my period. I did not follow up on this and was lectured several times. This was many years ago. The issue is my mom still thinks this is a courteous thing to do and is kind and communicative. I, on the other hand, disagree and believe it was an invasion of my right to privacy. My father still, of course, believes he has a right to know. So, am I the asshole for refusing to tell the men in my household whenever I had my period? Yo, you got some weird, tweaked out ass parents. Creepy in a sexual manner ass father. Poorly educated on any science, biology wise whatsoever. And is just screaming misogyny from like the highest level. I don't even understand how you come to a thought process like this. OP, you are not the asshole. You are a baby. You are a baby. And you're maneuvering, this is probably America. You're maneuvering through life in this sad ass country that treats women like shit, honestly. Thinks of them as objects of what they can control and do whatever they want to with their bodies, with their time, with their love, with their emotions, and just uses and abuses and grinds them up into nothingness. So I can kind of understand where your father is coming from because he was most likely raised like shit. But this is unacceptable. And obviously, he's raising his son into being another shit stain as well. And I think this is unacceptable. There are three girls in the house. So I'm assuming that one of them is your mother and you're the second one. So there's one more, either older or younger than you. If she is younger than you, I hope you are taking care of her. If she is older than you, I hope that she is the oldest and is consistently whispering in your brother's ear that your dad is a dumbass. Parents are infallible. They are imperfect. No one is omniscient. No one knows everything. So obviously, these people can be wrong at any and at all times. And this dude is just, ugh. Top comment. This is misogynistic and creepy. He assumes every woman has mood changes on her period. If you brought up anything valid during your time of the month, he dismiss it as you just being hormonal. You haven't told him all this time the has continued to rise, the world has continued to turn. Why is he still pressed over this? This is controlling and weird, not the asshole. This is super fucking weird. Right? You got a comment underneath that replying, this is exactly it. He wants an excuse to dismiss the women in his life because he doesn't want to ever take accountability for his actions. Yes, this too hormonal comment is just so fucking weird, bro. Everyone has hormones. No one is properly tracking their hormones consistently on a daily basis because trying to get an understanding of the chemical balance that is firing off in your brain at all times is just odd shit, right? Men have hormones too. Everyone's shit is firing off at all times. I don't even want to take the full time out to properly learn how they work, besides just for the fact of the matter of taking care of my own mental health. Right. Putting in the effort for anything else besides that, it's just yeah. This is it, your dad is coping, right? This is just a method for him to finesse you, right? And to feel like he has true power and hold over you. He doesn't truly view you as an individual. You are his daughter, and just like the other story, views you as an extension of himself, as an object, and he probably views all women like this too, right? This is natural. Too hormonal is such a silly thought for the fact of the matter that all women throughout all existence have periods, or at least 99% of them, right? and they will experience them their entire lives. So they will naturally have their hormones that we all have go through a cycle of any kind of manner. So too hormonal is silly when it's simply normal. It's a regular process of going through your cycle because you're a woman. Half the human race through all of existence has always experienced this. So it's not too hormonal. Your dad is just being too fucking weird. He doesn't want to deal with the thought of you growing up and not being his anymore, dating, having sex, popping babies out. He's a weird little creep, right? He doesn't want the thought process that you're not going to be his anymore and it's going to be someone else's man when you get older. It's probably that subconsciously in the back of his dome, and he can't process those feelings and understand that he's fucking wrong in that thought process. It's sad, weird shit. I can't even properly fathom it because it doesn't track to my brain. I just know it's retarded. YouTube probably won't like that word. We got a comment. Not the asshole. It's weird. He wants to know. Honestly, though, I probably start oversharing. Like, I just passed a fat clout. I just passed a fat clout. Text him each time I took a dump. Maybe give it a score. Oh man, yeah. This whole week, 5 days, 9 days, 12 days, 14 days, however long your period is, because everyone's different because of the bullshit that we eat. Shout out to the lack of regulation of our food here in this country. Right. Most of the chocolate has radiation in it and lead that is at an unacceptable level, far beyond what you should consume in a week, let alone just in one single chocolate bar. So yeah, I'm taking a picture of my period stains. I'm taking a picture of my tampons. I'm taking a picture of my pads. I'm taking a picture of the toilet every time I take a piss. Like, my hormones are a little off. So, it's not the right color. I've been drinking a lot of water all day long. What you think? Give it a rating. Give it a score. Yeah, I honestly be petty. Make him regret it. Make him fucking regret it. Unfortunately, we have no comments from OP, but everyone is down with the pettiness. Everyone is saying that OP's dad is a fucking weirdo. It's all offensive. It's all misogynistic. It's all creepy as fuck, honestly. It's weird. It's controlling. It's condescending. Right. We got a comment from Whooped on the Floor. Though in some cultures, they sequester you away for the week because you're dirty. Oh, to have my dirty self sent away to be alone with all my books and no one to bother me about fuck off for a whole week once every month, though, hard eyes. These men have controlled this world for so many centuries, and they wanted women to be beneath them for so long, and it does not benefit them, their countries, their economies, their political systems, right? Their health, physical and or mental whatsoever. Men and women are equal. I do not give a fuck about your religion, your thought process. You are dog trash, loser people who are beneath me. You are an idiot. And this has been the Intelligent Idiots Podcast. I have been your host, Mr. Always on 10. I hope you come back again next week for another episode of my intelligent, idiotic takes. You beautiful, intelligent people, you crazy, idiotic people. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day, week, month, and year. And I hope you consistently work on bettering yourself and becoming the best person that you possibly can be. Bye.